Hello everyone and welcome to AI GovCast. My name is Sylvia Oakland. I'm a staff writer here at GovCAIO Media and Research, and I'm joined with the Deputy CAIO of NASA, Krista Kinnard. Krista, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited for the conversation.
Yeah, we had a really good discussion up on stage, and I'm excited to continue it. So why don't we just start off with, what does AI broadly look like at NASA?
Yeah, so I think that when people look at NASA, they of course look at what we're doing in space, which is of course so incredible and inspiring. If you have not checked it out, you definitely need to see Astro B on the ISS. He's adorable. But we also have this huge mechanism that enables us to do that critical work in space. And so AI is a huge enabler in what we're doing in that ecosystem as well. So absolutely, our scientists, our engineers are looking to AI and how we can use AI on orbit. But we also have folks in HR looking to use AI. We've got a whole bunch of program managers trying to figure out all these different schedules, and AI is able to help us there as well.
Yeah, do you mind talking a little bit about some of those use cases? Let us start with the direct mission support. I'd love to hear more about that.
Yeah, so as I alluded to earlier, this year we put a little AI-enabled robot on the ISS to do some of our research activities, which is incredible. We have, in our engineering field, we're really looking at how can we use AI to help us better design structures, right? So we have this really innovative AI capability called text to structure, where they're actually using AI alongside engineers to be able to develop hardware or pieces that are going to go onto a flight system like the International Space Station, like any of our rovers or any of our future assets that we're going to be sending up to the lunar surface or onto Mars, right? And what we're seeing is actually having that AI assistant as an engineering assistant, right, to be doing some of those calculations, to be optimizing your structures. It's actually stronger, and the development happens faster, right? So it really is this enabling tool for what we are putting into our space ecosystem.
Yeah, and is that stronger because of that relationship that you are building between a human and the machine?
Absolutely, absolutely, right? There's no way we would be able to entirely say, oh, go design us AI, these different pieces that are going to be life critical for our astronauts. Absolutely not. But our engineers, our scientists, all of the talented folks who are working in our NASA ecosystem, they are experts in what they do. And so the AI is able to prompt them or challenge them to think in a different way. And they have this really interesting back and forth. And it's that human expertise driving the AI at what it's good at that really is yielding the most powerful results.
Yeah, and what does it look like within NASA to be building some of those AI and human relationships? Are there any programs that you mind sharing and talking about?
Well, yes. The challenge is I can't just name one because there's so many. And I think one of the really, honestly, in my role, one of the big challenges is just wrapping my arms around all of the innovative AI work that is happening. And that I think is the challenge here, right? NASA's been in the AI business since before it was called AI, honestly. But it's existed in these pockets for very niche application, which is still very important, right? But now we're seeing this democratization of AI. And that's where we need, from the enterprise level, infrastructure to be able to support that, right? We shouldn't have a billion different instances of compute capabilities, right? We shouldn't have a billion different instances of trying to access the same data, right? And so that's where I think the organization is moving towards, is how do we support all of this incredible innovation from a coordinated, effective way to be able to do that cross-pollination, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of breaking down of silos, and I think that happens within the data culture. It happens within just like the people culture. It's happening within, interagency and intra-agency collaboration. And something we talked about too was that industry collaboration. And so there's a lot of partnerships that are happening. And do you mind talking about, what those partnerships look like with your, within NASA, outside with other federal partners, and with industry?
Yeah, absolutely. So within NASA, right, we have our 10 centers that are spread out across the country. And for a while, right, and I mean, this is in bygone eras, it was actually a competitive space, right, where the centers were encouraged to compete each other rather than collaborate with each other. And that is being turned on its head, right? And so in any given day, and I know engineers are like this and our scientists are like this too, I will talk to people at centers across the country, right? Which is really, really critical. And so I think that is one of the ways that we're bringing folks together to be able to do that cross-pollination. And then the other area that we're really leaning into, and NASA has, right? We wouldn't have gone to the moon the first time without our industry and academic partners, but really streamlining and making sure that those who are doing the most cutting edge, the most critical research, either in industry or in academia or elsewhere, right? We are building those critical partnerships. And I think one of the big things is finding those partners and getting them in to be those collaborators, right? I think that there's the traditional folks that you may look to, but there's a whole world of like small businesses and startups and new AI-based companies that are coming up that we really want to be interfacing with.
Thank you so much, Krista, for joining us. I appreciate your time today.
Thank you.